Oh, a lovely day. Not only do we have update 1.52, I'm going to throw the weekly challenges in here as well. So let's go to the cafe and see what we got with the update for the menus. We've got bonus menu number 51, Evolution Meeting. When you complete Colorado Springs Lake, Monza, and Kyoto Driving Park, Yamagawa plus Miyabi Reverse, you will get a 4-star roulette ticket. That's right. Very exciting. I know you're excited. I was so excited. I could barely contain myself to go do these 3 races. Honestly, I was probably more excited about running the new Mitsubishi than I was the 4-star roulette ticket. We also got a new extra menu. So you scroll all the way down to the bottom past all my collection of cars, and you will get to the new Audi extra menu number 41. Again, try to contain your excitement, folks. I had to as well. I already had these cars, so they just basically gave me a 6-star roulette ticket. What more could I ask for? It's like my birthday, except it's not, which makes it even better than if it was my birthday. So, also we got some new scapes. So if you like going to Chicago, or if you've never been to Chicago and you want to go take some photos there, you can do that now because they've included Chicago. Beautiful city on the Great Lakes here in the U.S. of A. Beautiful scapes in there. I checked them out. There's some nice ones in there. If photo taking is your thing, we've also got 3 new cars added to the game. I say new. They're not all new. Some are new used. Well, they're not new used, but like they're new, but they don't have any miles on them, but they're not like 2024s. You see what I'm saying? Like this Hiachi van. It's a 2016. So it's not new. For 25,000 credits, you can have it. I chose blue because the other colors just, I don't know. It felt a little bit like an ice cream truck or something. I don't know. I like the blue. You never seen a blue? I've never seen a blue ice cream truck, so I went with blue. Then Nissan, we actually got a really sweet ride here. We got the 2024. Actually, this is a new car. This is 2024 GTR Premium Edition T-Spec. 200,000 credits. I chose the beautiful jade color. I really like that jade color on the Nissan GTR. Thought it went well with the shapes of the car. Reflects the light really nice. And last but not least, we have the 04 Lancer Evo 8. Yes, and I chose red because I'm a sucker for red. What can I say? I just like it. 80,000 credits. Put it in your garage. This is a cool little car. It makes really awesome turbo noises. I like cars that make awesome turbo noises, so I'm just naturally going to dig this car. Before you stray too far away from the dealerships, go back into Toyota, go all the way to the end, go to the 2021 GR010 Hybrid, and grab this beautiful black Denso Fujitsu livery in number 7. It was 3 million credits. It was a little on the heavy side. If you've already got this car, you don't have any spare credits, you're probably not going to want to snag that, but I digged it. I had the 3 million, so I went and put it in my garage. Now onto the races for the bonus menu. Menu number 51. The first one here at Colorado Springs is Evolution Meeting. And they don't give a suggested PP point, so you can just grab your maxed out Mitsubishi Evo if you've got one. I've had one, but I decided to go with the new car, throw some dirt tires on it, and see how it could perform in stock form on the dirt against these other Evos. And, I'll tell you what, I was not disappointed at all. You will see here, the car is good. I mean, as far as the handling and everything, honestly, in its stock form, was plenty to be able to win this race. No need to go and tune it. You can tune it because if you want to use this car in the later races, you're going to have to tune it anyway. So if you're struggling to win this race, go ahead and dump some money in it. Maybe you can put a high RPM turbo on it if you want to, because you're going to need it later. Or if you want to lighten it or throw some good brakes on it, whatever you want to do, suspension. Like I said, you will need it later. At first, I was like, I don't know if it's going to be quick enough to catch everyone, but as the race started going on, boy, I tell you what, it was really running down all of the AI. And I wasn't driving the car particularly hard or really having to be on my marks in order to catch up to everyone. Caught up to P3 here on lap 3, the very beginning of lap 3, and caught up to positions 2 and positions 1 here on the final lap, but fairly early in the lap to where I didn't feel like I was going to struggle trying to get by them before the finish line. Got by them without too much trouble. Took home the victory. Like I said, stock form. If you need to add a turbo, lighten the car, something like that, you're going to need to do that later. if you want to keep this car for the other Evo meetings. You're going to need about a 622 to win the race, and you will have the first of the 3 tasks completed for your bonus menu, number 51. On to the next race or task for the bonus menu. It is Monza. Now, this one, you can tune up your stock Evo, or you can do like me and grab something that's already tuned. So I didn't want to tune up the car, so I grabbed an already tuned out Mitsubishi Evo to race against everyone. I grabbed my Evo 5 GSR. It was a 1998 version. Here are my settings. Here's what I have purchased for the car. If you want to look and you want to match what I have, I'm also going with the front rear torque split of 1585. So more of the power sent to the rear tires. Also set the brake balance to the rear as well. I wasn't sure, so when I ran the stock car here, it just got absolutely smoked. I wasn't catching anyone. I wasn't catching the last place position or anything. I was like, okay, that's not enough car. So rather than try and figure out how much tuning I needed, I figured I'd just go ahead and throw my super tuned Mitsubishi in here, see how I did, and then you can adjust accordingly based on, this is a 656 pp car. I'm guessing this suggested pp, had they put one in here, would have been a 600. That's my guess, based on how, maybe even a 500, maybe not 500, maybe probably 600. Just this car was much faster than everyone. I got by P1 here on lap 3 and then just basically put it away on the final lap. And no trouble at all winning the race. Won by 16 seconds. So you need something below an 8-minute to win this race, around a 7:56 or so. You get 70,000 credits, and then you get your second bonus completed. Just know that that was a 656 pp car. So if you want to raise the level of the new Evo you bought, the Evo 8, there you go. On to the third race, the toughest of the 3, no doubt, because Kyoto driving part, this one in reverse, it's a challenging track. So you can either, like, I went ahead and jumped back into my stock Evo, decided to tune it up a little bit, nothing too crazy. I went with, a weight reduction, a low RPM turbo. That's why I said earlier on, if you want to put a turbo in this car, not a bad idea. I put in a customizable computer. Again, I didn't go too crazy with it. Sports brakes, I didn't go with the racing brakes. I went with the sports brakes and the sports pads. Went with an air filter and a sports muffler. And I also went with the full suspension because you do need a little suspension too on this car. It's soft. It's great for the dirt, not so great for the track. I stiffened it up a good bit. You'll also need racing medium tires. And as you can see, these are my settings here. I firmed it up quite a bit. I wasn't super happy with my tune on this car. Probably would put a little more height in the rear end, maybe a couple millimeters of height in the rear end. Maybe soften that dampening just a hair, maybe stiffen the rebound just a hair as well. I don't know. There was some work that needed to be done, but this was better than stock. Now, this is the toughest corner on the course. Brake here in a straight line. Get the car slowed down and then make the turn. Trust me, if you got the steering wheel in the wrong direction and you dump all the weight on the front end, it's going to shoot off to the right. Just try and get it pointed the direction you want to move and then brake. Here in the S's, try and hit those curves as squarely as possible. Hold the wheel in a straight line, and you won't have too much trouble with those either. I was able to catch these cars on the straight with this tune, with this setup, and with the racing medium tires, was able to make up some time on them in the corners as well. I drove very aggressively because, well, the AI just generally makes me upset, so I'm not too kind to them. They do some really quirky things to me sometimes. I'm like, so I know I try to get the clean race bonuses, but they don't really matter to me. Passed up P1 on the final corner, so with this setup, it was almost perfect for a good challenging race. I won by 3/10. So if you go with this setup, it will be a really challenging race. If you want something a little better, a little more weight reduction, maybe a better turbo, medium or a high RPM turbo, and you shouldn't struggle too much at all. You could also go with some racing softs if you would like. So went back and saw old Luca, and he had to congratulate me for completing my menu. I was super excited. I have been before. I got my 4-star roulette ticket, which is, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Added it to my book of menus here. Number 51, there it is. Evo meeting completed on this day in 2024. Yep, got it done. All right, on to the weekly challenges. Enough of this update stuff. Now, first challenge, European Clubman Cup 600. I feel like we just did this. Am I wrong? I'm pretty sure we just did this race. So decided to go with an Enzo Ferrari. It sounded cool. I can't remember the last time I chose the Enzo Ferrari for anything. I was glad I did. This is actually a pretty nifty car if you got it in your garage. Pretty cool interior here. It's got the double flat bottom steering wheel, some really cool red on white face gauges. And then look at this move by the Porsche here. What a jerk move. I'm going by on the outside. He just whips to the outside. I'm like, what the heck? So I had to get, like I said, the AI just makes me upset. So I had to get the restart. That has a T in it, not restart. And here, I will tell you, this car a little pushy, understandable. Again, lots of power. I'm sure they don't want to kill their purchasers in this Ferrari. Now watch this Porsche. I remember last time he swerved the outside. Now he swerves the inside. Make up your mind. Where do you want to be? Hey, I was struggling driving here at Brands Hatch. I don't know what their deal was. I was doing everything I could not to hit them, and they just didn't seem to want to not be hit. But I did my best. Got in front of P1 here on lap 1. That's right. Got out into first place on the first lap, and then just enjoyed myself the last 2 laps. Fun car. Give it a shot if you haven't. If you got it in your garage, pull it out. It's a fun drive around the track. Not sure where else we'd be driving other than around the track, but anyway. Took the victory by 9 seconds. Give it a shot. I think you'll enjoy it. And you'll also get the 100,000 credits for completing the first of the weekly challenges. On to weekly challenge number 2, which is Schwarzwald League. Again, feel like we've just done this not long ago, but I decided to go with the 911 GT3 RS, the 2022 version. Love this car. Absolutely love this car. You don't have to pry me into this car, push me, kick me into this car, shove me into this car, something into this car. You definitely don't have to twist my arm to drive this car. I love this car. This is one of what I feel is one of the better experiences on Gran Turismo for simulation driving. You can really feel the weight of the car. It doesn't do anything silly or stupid that seems out of character with a real car. You can feel the weight transfer. You can catch it. You can balance it. You can brake hard if you need to. Some cars in the game, I know they just fixed it with this update. If you smash on the brakes, the rear end comes around, which is absolutely not what you want in your braking design. If the engineer designed your car to do that, they should be fired. But Gran Turismo 7 seems to think if you slam on the brakes, the rear end should come around. Don't ask me. I don't know. This car, love it. Absolutely love it. Passed up P3 early on lap number 1 of 1 lap. Got past P2 a little bit later, and then was able to catch up to P1 right before the carousel and went on by him. And then I got to enjoy the 911 all by its lonesome. What a great view. What a driving view that this car has. If you don't drive in cockpit view, I suggest when you do these weekly challenges, give cockpit view a try. That's what I do. I generally don't drive in cockpit view unless I'm doing weekly challenges, and then it gives me an opportunity to really experience these cars because I'm not just in full competition mode. Take home the dub here in the 911 with a very commanding 19-second win. So, like I said, plenty of car. You can go with less tire if you'd like. You can go with a different car if you'd like. Of course, you can do whatever you like. I even picked up a clean race bonus. How about that? All right, challenge number 3 is the Hypercar Parade. You can choose the Hypercar of your choosing. And I decided to go with something completely off the wall, a Viper GTS that I have tuned to the kilt. So here's my tune. These are all the things that I've thrown on this car. I don't know that I changed any of the suspension characteristics or anything like that. I had done this when I was trying to see if you could win the Neo Classic Challenge with just a regular tuned car. So I did that. I can't remember why I threw a full tune on this car, but it's got all the goodies thrown on it. And it is an absolute animal on the track, a total monster, a real beast. It just is destroying all of these supercars, and I haven't really done a whole lot to it. Now, just know that if you do this to this car, be ready to accelerate in a higher gear than you think necessary, because this V12 will absolutely smoke the rear tires. So learn that real quick. If I was accelerating out of a tight corner, put it in third gear instead of second. Or if I was in second, add the gas very deliberately and very slowly, because otherwise you will be looking in the wrong direction. By the way, cockpit view on this, very nice cockpit view. I've actually ridden in this Dodge Viper. Not this Dodge Viper, but actually a blue one like this one. And these are tiny cars. They are little bitty on the inside. I had to hold my head sideways the entire time I was in it because I couldn't fit in the car. It was pretty funny. No way I could drive this car in real life. So it's nice that I can drive it in GT7. How about that? I took home the victory in this, I mean literally with no problem. If you choose this car, tune it like I did, you will absolutely... I went off the track 3 times trying to set the fastest lap time and still won by 11 seconds over the Veneno. I love this car. Anyway, it was fun. 85,000 credits, 200,000 credits for getting the 3rd win of the weekly challenge. On to weekly challenge number 4 of the Nissan GT-R Cup, where you can use the new 2024 Nissan GT-R that has just been added. So I decided to go with this here premium edition and put it out on the racetrack. Yeah, I was pretty happy that I did that. This is a good driving car. I really enjoyed this car, and no tuning was required on this at all. Just do some sport soft tires on it, hit it out there. I was like, I wonder how it's going to do. I like to go out and give about half a lap to a full lap just to see if it's actually fast enough in stock form to catch up to P1 and possibly get a victory. And I was pulling in P1 pretty good, so I felt like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and stick with it. Now, this is a fairly long race, 3 laps here at St. Croix. If you struggle in this race, it's probably because you just don't know the track yet. For those who maybe are a little bit new to St. Croix, they don't use this track a whole lot in the game. I don't know why. I kind of enjoy it, but it is what it is. Pass up P3 here on lap number 2. Plenty of time to catch P1 and do that here on the very beginning of lap number 3. Send it down the inside and get the pass on the 2017 version of the GT-R, which I believe is the suggested car for this race, is the 2017 version, but the 2024 version. Plenty of car for the race, again, on the sport softs. I think you'll enjoy it. Give it a shot. Again, you can add a little tune to it if it's not enough car for you. I went about 4 seconds, so you adjust accordingly based on your skill level. Grab your 94,000 credits and then head on over to the last event of the weekly challenges, which is the Deutsche Tourenwagen Masters. I have no idea if I said that correctly. I don't know German, even in the slightest. But it's going to require... I decided to go with one of the 4 cars that everyone else in the race was racing with, and I had it in my garage, was the Alfa Romeo. So I went with the Alfa Romeo 155, and it's definitely the car for the race. So snag this if you've got it in your garage. If you don't, you can tune up any one of your European touring cars that you've got in your garage. It's very cool if you can grab one of the ones that are in the races. I think there's only 4 different cars in this race. So it was pretty cool. It was almost like a spec car race. So I enjoyed having one of the 4 that were in the spec cars. And the Alfa Romeo was awesome here. You can send it over the curbs without any problem at all. Super fast, so it was able to get by these BMWs and Mercedes. The Nürburgring GP circuit, not one of my best circuits, but it is a short course, so that helped me out a little bit here. Going through this right-hander, you know that if you take it wide and get the undercut, you can generally get by those guys. They like to park it on the apex right there, so if you try to come through too fast, you'll be right in the back. Get by P3 here on lap number 4 of 10. Don't know why this is a 10-lap race. There's no tire wear. There's no fuel usage. So it's kind of like an endurance race. Go by P2 here on lap number 4. It's like an endurance race without any strategy. I don't really get the race. I don't know why it needed to be so long. But it is what it is. On lap number 6, I get by P1, and then I got to spend pretty much 5 more laps all by myself. It was kind of a boring race, to be honest with you. But, hey, I'll take it because it was an easy way for me to get some credits. So you're going to need about a 1453 to win this one. And if you do, you'll get 150,000 credits. Plus, don't forget, you also get your ticket for completing all of the weekly challenges, which is 500,000 credits. There you have it. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like and or subscribe. Come back, check out some more. For myself, Go Gretty. Y'all have a great evening.